Hello, hello, hello. It's that time of the year again. I'm going to start some of my seeds, not all the seeds. I have in here, in my little dandy planner, some seeds that I've written down where the weather could take, weather at 35 degrees can take spinach, parsnip, lettuce, and onion. At 40 degrees here in my zone 7A, it could take beets, cabbage, carrots, cauliflowers, celery, parsley, peas, radishes, Swiss chard, and turnips. And on the other side, here I have written the days of germination. And I'll tell you why I did that. Because I sometimes will put them, for instance, the parsnip and the spinach, which one germinates in 5 days and the parsnip germinates in 14 days, in the same tray. And every time I'm looking, I see all the little ones sprout and the other ones never sprout. So what I thought in the past was I have damaged seeds, when I really didn't have damaged seeds. It just some sprouted later than the others. So what I'm doing now is trying to get all the ones that will sprout in 4 days, like for instance, the onion and the spinach, 4 and 5 days apart, the lettuce, 2 days apart. And then I'll continue with the cabbage, which is 4 days apart, and the radishes and the turnip, which is 3 days or 2 days for sprouting. And I'm gonna put those together in a tray so that I don't get all confused. I find an easier way to write down the name of all, if it's basil or kale or leafy, and put it on these. It's so much easier for me to do it that way than to put a little stick. And it's this right here. I'll cut it like this, and then when I write the name on there, right? I'll take this and just put it on this. Celery Chinese pink. See, celery Chinese pink. And all of these, I'm going to be putting my celery Chinese pink. Okay, so we're getting ready to start. In the past, I have used different growing mixes. I use a container because it needs to get wet. This time I'm using this one here, Seed Starting Party Mix, Miracle Grow, but I've used others. I'm also going to be using Coco Coir. We've used this in the past and it's worked really, really well. I'll be adding some perlite to the mix, just simply for aerating, to have more bulk. That's the only reason why we use this. We also bought these at our local store. They're deeper than the ones we used before, so we'll see how these work. Okay, for the Coco Coir, we add warm water to it and let it soak for about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, until you can break it apart and spread it. And then you'll notice that it'll be pretty damp, but that's what you want. And to this, we'll add the perlite, just to make it bulky and make it more aerated, because the little seeds require, they're so tender, it's so hard for them to grow. So we need to add more air so that it's easier for them to grow. So this potting mix here, we're going to also be adding perlite to this one, as well as the Coco Coir. This one's a little bit denser than the Coco Coir, we find, but even though adding a little bit of the perlite helps aerate it. Now, how much to add? Well, that really depends on you. We like to add a lot, so we start with a little bit and mix it really, really well. Then if we feel like we have to add some more, then we'll add some more. It's, again, we don't have a formula. We just keep adding and adding. Maybe in the future, we're going to leave it without so much perlite. But for now, we find that it's easier for the little seedlings to burst through if we add a lot of perlite. And then we add some water, warm water to this, always making the mixture damp. I'm gonna add some gloves because I have a paper cut on one of my thumbs and I just don't want it to get infected. But it's always better for me to do it without the gloves. It seems to be easier for me to handle. But for now, this is the way I'm gonna do it. I fill every single one of these cells, and not too hard. Just as you can see, we just hit it against something. And then I make sure, of course, that I put the name on each cell, one that goes all the way, and you can see here how it's growing. And if you have the 4 like this, or the 6 I should say, then I add it on the side of the tray. But here they are. Some of them are already sprouting. They sprout pretty fast. Because we have these domes on them, so they sprout pretty fast. And we up pot them when, see how much roots we have? Once they're root bound like this, we are up pot them. Usually when they have the second set of leaves or the third set of leaves, we up pot them. Right now we're having a little bit of a problem because the weather's still pretty cold outside, so all my little seedlings are growing and they're anxiously awaiting to go outside. After this weekend, hopefully we'll be able to go outside because this should be the last of the cold. I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up and we'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. And as always, hit the bell, like, share, and subscribe.